Hi gang, welcome back to Waxing On. It's Wednesday, and that means classic rock. And today we're looking at another different style of music. I mean, we've had rock, we've had ska, we've had rockabilly, we've had, pop, we've had pop folk, we've had, all kinds of stuff. And then in the early 90s, I think this was 91 here, a whole different style of music was coming out, known as grunge music. And the biggest purveyors of grunge were, of course, Nirvana. Here's our band. And this is from what I consider really, to me, their breakout album, Nevermind. Now, this one was the one where I became aware of the band. That doesn't mean it's their best album or it's their biggest selling, but it's just where I actually caught on to what they were doing. And I'll tell you, there's some nice songs on here that I like. There's an energy to it. There's a rawness about it. It's not overly produced. It's just three guys up there and they're hammering out some tunes. Obviously Kurt Cobain on guitar and vocals. We got David Grohl on drums and Chris Novelic on bass. Tunes. Some of these may ring a bell with you. Smells Like Teen Spirit. That was one of their big hits. In Bloom, Come As You Are. Another great tune. I'll just go through this album first, then I'll just mention the other one I wanted to talk about with it. Breed, Lithium, Polly, Territorial, Drain You, Lounge Act, Stay Away, On a Plane, and Something in the Way. Now, this is the raw Nirvana, right in there pounding these tunes out. Now, a few years later, they showed up on MTV Unplugged that we've talked about that show before. And they've got an Unplugged set on there that to me is just excellent. It's a chance to hear the band in a whole different setting. Let's get the big amps out of the way. Let's just hear what they're doing. And there was some great stuff on there. Some of the tunes really from this album and from the others they portrayed, if I only had one, I'd be aiming for the MTV Unplugged. Now, I have it on digital. Never did get the album on CD. I did enjoy this one. I mean, it was a chance to discover a whole new style of music. Cobain, I mean, he was a genius out there, what he was doing. Unfortunately, burned a little too bright, burned out pretty quickly. And they did, Grohl continued on with Foo Fighters, kind of in the same vein, although a few years ago, I guess quite a few years ago now, gosh, it's been a while, I saw Foo Fighters acoustic version open for Bob Dylan. And acoustic, again, a chance to really hear the tunes, really hear what the musicians wanted to do. And it's not all covered up with the wall of sound or producers. And the same way with the MTV with this one for Nirvana. To get a chance to hear them play it, just themselves sitting around playing without all that extra volume, and to actually hear Cobain do the songs. There was just a lot of great tunes on there. Anyways, the album that I found, my breakout album for them, or the one that really got me into it, was Nevermind. And obviously online, we got streaming networks, you can still get hard copies. It is a piece of history into actually a whole different style of music that was happening in the early 90s. I don't know if anybody's still carrying that on, but certainly they were the pioneers and Cobain was the leader. And well worth your time to give that a listen to. And again, with streaming networks, everything's available out there. So you can go back and check some of their other albums besides this one. But again, take a minute, take a look at and listen to the MTV Unplugged version. It's one of my favorites out there. So that's it for Wednesday. Nirvana. Great band, great style, great innovations, great way to get you through the rest of the week. Everybody take care, stay safe. Thanks for stopping by.